Hey good people, this is Ahmed Binaw from Tube, and today we're going to talk about how to open a bank account here in Thailand. So this video might not be very important for tourists who are coming to spend a couple of weeks here in Thailand, but definitely is very important for people who are coming to work in Thailand. Especially now that there is many opportunities for work at the moment where they are allowing foreigners to come back to Thailand. So there's many opportunities you can get, whether teaching or in another field. But also for people who are coming to retire here in Thailand, and also other people like digital nomads who want to travel around Southeast Asia, around the Asian countries, and want to have their base here in Thailand. So it's not as easy as walking in a bank and in 10 minutes having a bank account and that's it. There's a lot of things that you have to know before doing that step here in Thailand. And first of all, what we're going to talk about is like, why is it important to open a bank account here in Thailand? Number two, what are the requirements? And number three, what are the banks I recommend for you to open your account here? So let's start the video. So why is it very important for you to open a bank account when you live here in Thailand and you're going to stay for a long term? It's because it's very expensive to transfer money from your country to Thailand when you need it. It's really going to cost you a lot of money using one of these services. Let's say, for example, Western Union or MoneyGram or something like that. It's going to cost you a lot of money in terms of transfer rate, in terms of services that the bank might take a fee for handling your money and stuff like that. So it's going to cost you a lot of money, and it's going to take maybe sometimes some time. Maybe it can take some hours or even sometimes a whole day for it to reach or to arrive. So that is really hectic. And also another thing, if you're using always your Visa card, debit card, whatever it is, it might cost you also a lot of money whenever you withdraw, no matter how much is the amount. It can go up to €2, $3 for every withdrawal, which is hectic. And sometimes it won't work, and maybe you might really need the money at that moment and the ATM machine won't work. So you have to be really like very, very careful if you're gonna rely on your bank account abroad when you're here in Thailand. So this is one of the reasons. And also the other main reason, if you're living here in Thailand, you go to cafes, you go to other places, there's a lot, all of these businesses now have kind of a QR code for their bank account. So you can pay with your phone using your mobile services, the mobile banking services, which Thailand is very, very advanced. And I think most of Asia is. But Thailand in specific, because I live here, is very advanced in it. You can do it in less than a minute. You can pay whatever kind of fee you want to pay using that QR code, QR barcode, and just scan it and just pay whatever money you want to pay, and just that's it. You don't need to have cash on you whatsoever. Even your card, you don't need to use it much. So those are some of the reasons, and there are many, many other reasons. But the main reason I'm telling you guys is that transfer rate. Transferring money from your bank account or from your country to Thailand is gonna cost you a lot of money. You can like waste like 20, $30 or euros just to transfer a couple of hundred or 300 or $500 to bring it here to Thailand. So that is the first thing. That's why I think that if you're going to stay in Thailand for long term, you better open a bank account here. Number two, what are the requirements? So the requirements are not as simple as in other countries where you take your driving license or your ID or passport and that's it, you open your bank account. They actually need some kind of evidence that you're legally here and like you're doing something here in Thailand and you're going to live here for a while. So there is several things, like a Thai driving license is good, like a student visa is good, but the best and the best of all of them is the work visa. If you have a work visa, it's gonna go so smooth like I did, and it's gonna take only 10 minutes from you, and they're gonna take you more seriously if you have a work visa. But also other things can work, like a letter from the embassy, a referral from the embassy, a referral from a big organization here in Thailand, a Thai organization. Those things also can work, but work permit, work visa is the most important. So you have to go in with your passport, you have to go in with your work visa or student visa or Thai driving license, or if you have a Thai spouse, you go with your Thai spouse also. That can help also. So those things are also very important in your requirements for you to open your bank account. It can literally take you a very short time to open your bank account, or it can take you a very long time, and sometimes they might refuse. But my advice for that is that when you go and open your bank account, try to open your bank account in the not the main branches, but at least in a big branch in Bangkok. those banks are used of foreigners. They used to deal with them, they used to talk with them, and they know how to deal with foreigners. If you go to some kind of city where you don't have a lot of foreigners and you want to open a bank account there, they can make life very hard for you. First of all, because maybe they might not speak the language very well, and second of all, because they don't want to tire themselves with all the extra work they have to do because you're a foreign banker. So yeah, your opening account as a foreigner might be hectic for these kind of provinces. But if you open an account in Thailand, try to go to Bangkok for just one day. It's gonna take you literally less than like half an hour or so. You take your document, you go to the bank, one of their big branches in these big malls in the city center, and you go there and you give your papers to them. You want to open a bank account. They will ask you, number one, for your passport, of course the real passport, not a copy of it, and they want to see your visa in it, and or other documents that can support. It depends which bank you're going to open your account there and what are their requirements, and they're going to do it for you very very fast, and it's going to be free, totally free. And all you need is just, if you want a visa card, you need to pay 300 baht for the visa card, which is like 5 years. Take you 5 6 years to expire, unless you lose it or it gets wet or it stops working. You have to go and buy a new one. But it's so smooth and so fast. Literally, guys, it took me, I opened my bank account in the city center in Bangkok, Sukhumvit Road, and it took me very very short time, 10 minutes literally. So yeah, that's it. Those are the requirements for opening the bank account. Trust me, if they refuse to open your bank account, they tell you, oh, this bank we don't open for foreigners, something like that, don't give up. Just go to another branch, it's really different. Even though they're under the same name, whether they're Bangkok Bank or like Kasikorn Bank or something like that, but still branches are different because branch managers are different there. So some branch managers don't want that headache, and other branch managers are totally okay with opening bank accounts for foreigners. So yeah, that's it for the requirements. So what are the banks that I will recommend for you? I will only recommend three, and the first bank that I will recommend is my own bank, Kasikorn Bank. So Kasikorn Bank is one of the oldest, if not the oldest bank here in Thailand, and it's very easy and very smooth, and they have a lot of branches and a lot of ATM machines. So life is gonna be very easy for you in case you want to get money at any moment and any time in the day. So yeah, that's Kasikorn Bank. That's the first one. But also, it's good to have another bank account. It's good to have two bank accounts in case you're doing more than one job. Let's say, for example, you teach here in Thailand, and that account is only for your salary of teaching to go into it. You can have another bank account, for example, if you're doing other work. Let's say you're an IT person, or you do other kind of work like you blog or something like that. The money can come into that account. The money you want like can come into that second account. It's better to separate them so you don't get confused or something like that. So it's good to have two bank accounts just in case, and maybe you might have another second account is good for maybe if you want to get some kind of extra loans or extra stuff like that. So it's good to have two bank accounts. And the second bank account, I would recommend you to open a bank account in Bangkok Bank. Bangkok Bank is very good also. A lot of branches, very smooth. They deal with foreigners all the time. It's not as wide and as widespread as Kasikorn Bank, but it's very good. You can try that bank. Next one is Citibank. Citibank is kind of a bank that is more foreigner oriented. So you can transfer a huge amount of money from your bank in your country to your Thai bank account here, and they actually upgrade you very easily. If you put like 3 million baht in your bank account, they really upgrade you very fast, and you have a lot of privileges that you can redeem with airlines, and you can redeem with many other things. So these are the three banks that I recommend for you guys. So this is the video. It's a very short video, just only to explain for you how to go smoothly when you're opening a bank account here in Thailand. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe please, I need the subscriber guys, and comment down below in case I forgot to mention something or you have any more suggestions. So thank you for watching.